They said I should shoot it both ways. Either I should go with the husband in the plane, played by Paul Henry, or stay on the ground with Humphrey Bogart. I really didn't know which one of the two men I was in love with.
Welcome back to our channel. In the golden age of classic Hollywood, where stars were revered as symbols of perfection, Ingrid Bergman stood as the embodiment of ethereal beauty and pure spirit. With unforgettable performances in Casablanca and Spellbound, she captured the hearts of audiences worldwide, becoming a luminous star unrivaled in her brilliance. Yet, behind the glamour of a woman who seemed flawless lay a story of profound contradictions, where her personal life and career constantly collided, pushing her into trials that seemed insurmountable. In 1949, a letter sent to Italian director Roberto Rossellini would change Ingrid's life forever. From a celebrated screen goddess, hailed as a symbol of purity, she plunged into one of Hollywood's most infamous scandals. Her controversial affair with Rossellini not only shattered a career at its zenith, but also turned the public, who once adored her, against her. Facing intense criticism and the loss of her family, Ingrid Bergman had to find a way to rise from the ashes of both her career and reputation. What drove a celebrated actress to leave Hollywood in disgrace? How did she manage to reclaim her brilliance and transcend condemnation to become a timeless icon of cinema? Join us as we delve into the journey of Ingrid Bergman, a woman who lived two lives, one in front of the camera and another behind the scenes, filled with contradictions yet brimming with resilience. Early life. Born on August 29, 1915, in Stockholm, Sweden, Ingrid Bergman entered the world seemingly destined for the spotlight. Her mother, a German woman, passed away when Ingrid was just 2 years old. Not long after, her father, a talented photographer, also left her life, succumbing to death when she was only 14. This left an unfillable void of loss and emptiness. Young Ingrid was sent to live with relatives, moving between her Aunt Ellen's home and that of her uncle and aunt, who did their best to provide her with stability. Yet, loneliness remained her silent companion. Amid these early years of loss, Ingrid began to exhibit a deep passion for the arts. Her father's studio became her sanctuary, a place where she would dress in her mother's old clothes and perform little plays of her own creation. These simple joys not only helped Ingrid cope with her solitude, but also marked the beginning of a remarkable talent that would shape her future. No one could have guessed that this shy, unassuming girl harbored an intense ambition. Though she wasn't a standout student or particularly notable in school, Ingrid set a bold dream for herself: to become an extraordinary actress. When she received a scholarship to the prestigious Royal Dramatic Theatre School in Sweden, Ingrid knew it was her chance to step out of the shadows of her past and into the spotlight. At the academy, Ingrid quickly caught the attention of her instructors with her natural acting abilities and pure beauty. Her longing to fully immerse herself in her passion led her to abandon a conventional educational path. In 1935, she took her first acting role in a Swedish film, immediately garnering attention for her unique charisma and natural style of performance. Ingrid's progress was swift. From small roles, she rose to become a standout figure in Swedish cinema. The film Intermezzo, 1936, marked a crucial turning point, opening doors for her to step beyond her homeland. This was not only the beginning of an international career, but also the gateway to Hollywood, where her greatest dreams would be realized, alongside challenges she could never have anticipated. Ingrid Bergman's childhood was far from idyllic. Yet, it was the pain of loss and the adversity she faced that forged the strength and depth she brought to her performances, enabling her to portray characters with an authenticity that resonated deeply with audiences worldwide. It was the beginning of a legend, brilliant yet profoundly complex. Golden career in Hollywood. The years of childhood loss did not deter Ingrid Bergman. On the contrary, they became the driving force behind her climb to new heights. After early success in Sweden with her initial roles, Ingrid began to build her reputation in the local film industry. Her natural talent and sophisticated acting style quickly drew attention, but it wasn't until the film Intermezzo, 1936, that she truly ascended to the ranks of sought-after stars. In Intermezzo, Ingrid portrayed a young piano teacher entangled in a tragic romantic affair with a married violinist. The role not only provided her the opportunity to showcase her acting abilities, but also revealed her emotional depth through every glance and gesture. The film was a resounding success in Sweden, quickly catching the attention of Hollywood, which was searching for a fresh yet captivating face. In 1939, a golden opportunity presented itself when Ingrid was invited to America to star in the English-language remake of Intermezzo, produced by the renowned David O. Selznick. Armed with a big dream and a small suitcase, Ingrid set foot in Hollywood, believing that talent would be the key to success. However, her path in Hollywood was far from easy. Her distinctive appearance, natural brunette hair, thick eyebrows, and tall stature, was deemed unsuitable by the beauty standards of the time. David O. Selznick even considered a complete makeover to transform Ingrid into a standard Hollywood starlet, suggesting heavy makeup and a possible name change to make her less Germanic. Yet Ingrid, with remarkable determination, refused all of it. She wanted to preserve her natural beauty, and that uniqueness became her greatest asset. The American version of Intermezzo became a major success, launching Ingrid's dazzling Hollywood career. Critics and audiences alike were captivated by her authentic beauty and natural acting style, a rarity in an era when actors were often molded into rigid stereotypes. Ingrid quickly became one of the most sought-after actresses, receiving numerous film offers. In the years that followed, Ingrid solidified her talent through a series of standout roles. Films like Casablanca, 1942, For Whom the Bell Tolls, 1943, and Gaslight, 1944, not only cemented her position in the film industry, but also earned her prestigious Oscar nominations. Notably, her performance in Gaslight won her the Academy Award for Best Actress, a clear testament to her undeniable talent. Despite her remarkable success, Ingrid never allowed herself to be confined to ingenue roles. She consistently sought variety, challenging herself with characters of psychological depth and complex inner lives. This commitment to pushing boundaries set Ingrid apart from most of her contemporaries, a woman who continuously reinvented herself and surpassed her own limits. Yet Hollywood's glamour was not the only pursuit that drove Ingrid. At the peak of her career, she began seeking something greater, both in art and in life. Her fateful meeting with Roberto Rossellini marked the beginning of a new chapter in her life, one filled with turbulence, trials, and unrelenting passion. As if destined, Ingrid's journey from Sweden to Hollywood was merely a prelude to placing her at the center of one of the biggest scandals in cinema history, shaking her career and life to its core. Yet, through the storms, Ingrid Bergman proved that even when pushed to the depths, a true star has the ability to shine once more. Personal life. As Ingrid Bergman's career soared to new heights, tensions in her personal life began to surface, becoming an inseparable part of her tumultuous journey. Her talent, ambition, and yearning for freedom led her to difficult choices that not only shaped her life, but also shook the public image of her as a screen goddess. As a promising young actress in Sweden, Ingrid married neurosurgeon Petter Lindström in 1937. The marriage seemed to provide the stability she needed after the losses of her childhood. A year later, they welcomed their first daughter, Pia, and the image of a happy small family became a strong foundation for Ingrid during the early years of her career. However, as her career took her across the ocean to Hollywood, the distance, both geographic and lifestyle, began to take its toll. Petter was a traditional man who valued simplicity and stability, while Ingrid was increasingly drawn into the vibrant world of art and fame. Although Petter and Pia later moved to the United States to reunite with Ingrid, their family life could not reconcile with her growing ambitions. Petter quickly realized that Hollywood was not a world he belonged to. He saw it as a superficial place, detached from reality, and grew increasingly discontent with life there. Meanwhile, Ingrid became consumed by her work, major projects, and the unrelenting public attention. The growing divide between them deepened as Ingrid devoted all her energy and passion to her career, leaving little time for her family. Despite feeling neglected, Petter accepted the marriage as a responsibility he needed to uphold. He even turned a blind eye to rumors of Ingrid's extramarital relationships, as she was the primary financial provider for the family. However, everything changed when Ingrid met Roberto Rossellini, a man who would lead her personal life down an unexpected and dramatic path. In 1949, at the pinnacle of her Hollywood career, Ingrid Bergman happened upon the Italian film Rome, Open City by director Roberto Rossellini. The film, with its raw, artistic realism, left Ingrid mesmerized. To her, Rossellini was not just a brilliant director, but also an artist with a uniquely profound soul. Unable to contain her admiration, Ingrid decided to write a letter to Rossellini. In the letter, Ingrid expressed her deep respect for his filmmaking style and offered to collaborate on a future project. "If you need a Swedish actress who speaks English, understands a little French, and can say a few words in Italian, I am ready to work with you," she wrote. This heartfelt invitation immediately caught Rossellini's attention. Not long after, Rossellini invited Ingrid to Italy to star in the film Stromboli, set on a remote volcanic island. This collaboration was not only a significant artistic opportunity, but also the beginning of a fateful relationship. During the filming of Stromboli, Ingrid and Rossellini's relationship quickly evolved beyond the boundaries of professional collaboration. Their passionate love affair defied all societal norms of the time. The scandal was compounded by the fact that both were married, Ingrid to Dr. Petter Lindström and Rossellini to Marcella de Marquise. News of the affair spread rapidly, shocking American audiences who had long viewed Ingrid as a symbol of purity and virtue. To them, this was an act of betrayal by their beloved star. The scandal reached its peak when the press revealed that Ingrid was pregnant with Rossellini's child. The news was a devastating blow to Hollywood and the American public, steeped in the conservative and moral values of the 1950s. Not only did the public condemn her, but even politicians weighed in. A U.S. senator went so far as to call her a moral threat and proposed barring her from entering the United States. Rather than defending Ingrid, Hollywood turned its back on her. Contracts were canceled, film offers vanished, and her image as a screen goddess was shattered overnight. Under immense public pressure, Ingrid decided to leave Hollywood and move to Italy to start a new life. She divorced Petter Lindström and officially married Rossellini in 1950, shortly after giving birth to their son, Roberto Rossellini Jr. However, her separation from Petter was far from amicable. Devastated by Ingrid's betrayal, Petter vowed to keep her away from their daughter, Pia. For 7 years, Ingrid was forbidden from seeing her eldest child, a loss that left a lasting ache in her heart. Despite building a new family with Rossellini and having 3 more children, Ingrid carried the unresolved pain of her separation from Pia. In Italy, Ingrid's marriage to Rossellini was not the fairy tale she had hoped for. While they collaborated on ambitious films, Rossellini's career faltered. His works faced constant criticism, and Ingrid found herself struggling to balance family life with her artistic pursuits. Ingrid's sacrifices extended beyond her career to her personal life. Leaving Hollywood, enduring public scorn, and losing custody of her child left deep scars on her soul. Yet Ingrid never stopped fighting. She continued to act, fueled by her love for the craft, proving that even in the face of adversity, one can rise and reclaim the light. Her relationship with Rossellini changed Ingrid's life forever. Though marked by scandal and criticism, it stood as a testament to her courage, a woman who dared to live authentically, regardless of judgment. This fateful meeting was not only a turning point in her life, but also a story that made the world reflect on the price of freedom and love. Career and life in Italy. After relocating to Italy, Ingrid Bergman embarked on a new chapter in her career, embracing a filmmaking style vastly different from her Hollywood years. Together with Roberto Rossellini, she delved into neo-realism, focusing on everyday stories and the emotional depth of characters rather than glamour. However, their collaborative works were not always warmly received. Films such as Europa 51 and Journey to Italy made an impact in Europe, particularly among critics, due to their exploration of psychological depth. In Europa 51, Ingrid portrayed a grieving mother searching for meaning in life through acts of charity after the tragic loss of her son. This role is considered one of her finest, showcasing her growth as an actress and her ability to deeply immerse herself in the psyche of her characters. Despite critical acclaim, Rossellini's artistic and realistic style was not easily accessible to mainstream audiences, especially in the United States, where the public had yet to forgive Ingrid for her scandal. As a result, while these films were praised by critics, they failed to achieve commercial success. This left Ingrid feeling increasingly constrained as her career became limited by the framework Rossellini imposed. Although her career no longer shone as brightly as before, Ingrid worked hard to build a new family with Rossellini. They had 3 children together, Roberto Jr. and twin daughters, Isabella and Isotta. However, the joys of family life could not mask the growing tensions in their marriage. Rossellini, a passionate and ambitious man, was also highly controlling. He insisted that Ingrid act only in films directed by him, rejecting offers from other filmmakers. This not only limited Ingrid's career opportunities, but also made her feel stifled, robbing her of the creative freedom she deeply valued. The rift between them grew as their differing views on life and art became increasingly apparent. Rossellini pursued experimental filmmaking, often ignoring audience reactions, while Ingrid began to feel the pressure of being unable to maintain her image as a successful actress. Their marriage ultimately ended in 1957, after Rossellini had an affair with Indian screenwriter Sonali Dasgupta. Following her divorce from Rossellini, Ingrid left Italy and began rebuilding her career. Despite their separation, the two maintained a degree of mutual respect, and Ingrid remained involved in raising their children. Both twins, Isabella and Isotta, grew up to achieve success, with Isabella later becoming a renowned actress and model. After closing the tumultuous chapter in Italy, Ingrid entered a phase of maturity and independence in both her life and career. In 1958, she married Lars Schmidt, a wealthy and perceptive Swedish theatrical producer. Unlike her previous husbands, Lars neither controlled nor restricted Ingrid. Instead, he supported her career and allowed her the freedom to develop her talents. He provided Ingrid with a rare sense of peace, especially during their retreats to a secluded island off the coast of Sweden, where she could escape the pressures of public life and the media. However, their busy careers and geographic distance eventually strained their relationship. After nearly 2 decades together, the marriage ended in 1975. Nonetheless, Lars remained a significant figure in Ingrid's life, standing by her during difficult times, particularly in her later years as she battled cancer. Ingrid's relationship with Lars Schmidt not only offered her a tranquil respite amidst her turbulent life, but also reflected her resilience and enduring quest for genuine love. Though their time together was relatively short, it remains one of the most cherished periods in Ingrid Bergman's richly colorful life. Return to Hollywood and redemption. In 1956, after years of estrangement from Hollywood due to scandal and public backlash, Ingrid Bergman was offered the lead role in Anastasia. It was a bold move by producer Buddy Adler, who believed that Ingrid's talent could transcend the prejudice and judgment she had endured. In the film, Ingrid portrayed a mysterious woman believed to be Princess Anastasia, the sole survivor of Russia's royal family following the Bolshevik Revolution. The role demanded nuance, complex inner emotions, and exceptional expressiveness, all of which were Ingrid's strengths. Drawing from her experience and growth during her tumultuous years, she delivered a masterful performance that deeply moved audiences and critics alike. Anastasia was not only a commercial success, but also earned Ingrid her second Academy Award for Best Actress. However, she remained hesitant about returning to Hollywood. When she won the award, she did not attend the ceremony, asking her co-star Cary Grant to accept it on her behalf. In his speech, Cary Grant emphasized that Ingrid was always respected and admired by her peers, regardless of the scandals of her past. This statement reaffirmed her value in the film industry. The success of Anastasia marked the beginning of Ingrid Bergman's path to redemption and the restoration of her reputation in America. The public seemed ready to forgive her past mistakes, focusing instead on her extraordinary talent. This also reflected a shift in societal attitudes. From the strict conservatism of earlier decades, Hollywood began to embrace the more complex personal stories of its stars. Following Anastasia, Ingrid continued to appear in major film projects in both the US and Europe. She became a symbol of resilience, a living testament to the idea that one can overcome mistakes and societal judgment to reclaim the light. Films such as Cactus Flower, 1969, where she starred alongside Walter Matthau and Goldie Hawn, and Sidney Lumet's Murder on the Orient Express, 1974, were warmly received by audiences. These roles not only revitalized Ingrid's career but also showcased her enduring excellence in acting. During this period, Ingrid was no longer the screen goddess with flawless beauty from her early Hollywood days. Instead, she embraced roles that explored psychological depth, focusing on the internal struggles and lived experiences of her characters. This was a time when she demonstrated her maturity in both her career and personal life. Ingrid's return to Hollywood was not just about restoring her career, it was also a deeply personal journey of redemption. After years of separation, she finally reunited with her eldest daughter, Pia, in a touching milestone in her life. Despite having her own family, Pia showed her mother respect and love, which Ingrid regarded as the greatest gift in her quest for forgiveness. Ingrid Bergman's comeback was not merely a tale of forgiveness, but a profound lesson in resilience and inner strength. Hollywood had once turned its back on her, but her talent and determination won back the hearts of audiences and critics alike. She redeemed herself not only through outstanding performances, but also by staying true to herself, a woman who was not perfect, but always found a way to rise after falling. Ingrid's journey back was more than the revival of a movie star's career. It became a symbol of overcoming adversity and rediscovering the light after dark times. Once again, she proved that no matter how the world judges you, the most important thing is to remain true to yourself and never give up. Final years and legacy. The final years of Ingrid Bergman's life were marked by her courageous battle against breast cancer. In 1974, she discovered a tumor in her breast and underwent surgery as well as rigorous chemotherapy treatments. However, Ingrid refused to let illness hinder her passion for acting. She continued to work, appearing in films and television projects, even as her health steadily declined. Her final film, Autumn Sonata, 1978, stands as one of the most remarkable performances of her career. Playing a pianist torn between her career and her relationship with her daughter, Ingrid delivered a deeply emotional and nuanced portrayal. This role earned her a final Oscar nomination, bringing her illustrious film career to a powerful close. Despite her worsening health, Ingrid remained optimistic. She spent time in London surrounded by friends and family while completing the final projects she held dear. On August 29, 1982, her 67th birthday, Ingrid Bergman passed away in the embrace of her loved ones. A memorial service was held in London, attended by many colleagues and admirers, including Liv Ullmann and Sir John Gielgud. Part of her ashes was scattered at sea near the island of Danholm in Sweden, a place she cherished, while the remainder was interred beside her parents in Stockholm. Ingrid Bergman left behind an irreplaceable legacy in the history of global cinema. With 3 Academy Awards and a multitude of iconic roles, she is celebrated as one of the greatest actresses of all time. Her talent extended beyond acting, manifesting in her unparalleled ability to convey psychological depth and raw emotion in her characters. More than that, her life of triumphs and tribulations is a testament to resilience and the pursuit of freedom. Ingrid continually overcame challenges and societal judgment to remain true to herself. Even after facing public backlash, she proved that talent and dedication could rise above adversity. Ingrid's films, from Casablanca and Gaslight to Autumn Sonata, continue to resonate with audiences worldwide. Exhibitions, books, and documentaries about her life and work are still being created, honoring a figure who is not only a cinematic icon, but also a symbol of courage and perseverance. The legacy of Ingrid Bergman is not only defined by her awards or her films, but by the story of a woman who lived passionately and left an indelible mark on the cultural history of the world. Ingrid Bergman's life was a journey full of contradictions, yet filled with inspiration. From an orphaned girl in Sweden, she rose to become a radiant symbol of Hollywood, facing tremendous challenges only to return stronger than ever. Ingrid's career was built not only on extraordinary talent, but also on her determination and ability to overcome adversity. Despite being criticized, abandoned, and even labeled a traitor by those who once admired her, Ingrid never stopped pursuing her passion for art and staying true to herself. She demonstrated that mistakes do not define a person. It is how one rises and continues forward that truly defines their worth. Ingrid Bergman's legacy lies not only in her iconic roles or prestigious awards, but also in the story of a woman who dared to live, to love, and to face everything to rediscover herself. She represents strength, pride, and an intense desire to live, qualities that transcend time and inspire future generations. Let us forever keep the light of Ingrid Bergman alive, a woman who was not perfect, but who lived a complete life, leaving an unforgettable mark in the history of cinema and in the hearts of art lovers around the world. What do you think about her inspiring journey? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to join us in exploring more great stories from the world of Hollywood.